I lived with joint pain for about 20 years. And then other symptoms started to crop up beyond that. I had chronic gut issues. I had thyroid cancer. I had infertility. And then kind of the straw that broke the camel's back was I was starting to have numbness in my face and in my hands and in my legs. And that's when I decided I had to find some other solution or some other answer. I had been to numerous doctors, of course. I had started seeing a rheumatologist in my 20s. Most of the solution was taking anti-inflammatory medications. There wasn't really a look as to what the cause would be. It was just, the fact that this was the problem and here was the solution. And so that's what I did for many, many years. And so eventually I was sent to a neurologist thinking I might have MS when I was having the numbness. And that's when I started reading every book I could find, figuring there's got to be some other solution. And I came across Dr. Sult's book, Just Be Well, and read that. And that was an absolute turning point, a complete revelation for me. He talked in there about doing an elimination diet, about the possibility that what you were eating could be causing your symptoms. And now looking back, that seems so incredibly obvious, but then it had never occurred to me before. All the doctors that I had been to, no one had ever said, gee, maybe it's something that you're eating that could be causing these issues. So I did do an elimination diet, eliminated lots of foods from my diet for a number of months. The first month, I saw absolutely nothing happen, was kind of disappointed after the first month that there were no results and there was all this food I couldn't eat. But I had promised myself that I would go through, the months and see what happened. And interestingly, in the second month, the symptoms started just melting away one by one. At first to go was the tingling and numbness, which was wonderful, and by the end, I was pain-free. I had no pain in my joints, which I hadn't had in decades, which was absolutely amazing. So, and that's of course when we started seeing Dr. Sult. He helped, tweak things and make things better. And now, life is great. I can sleep through the night without pain. I can wake up in the morning and walk. I can do anything I want now, which is absolutely amazing compared to what it used to be. When I didn't feel well too, I was always very careful physically because my hips always hurt, my back always hurt. I was always super careful physically. And so I could start exercising then, which was wonderful. I started working out with a personal trainer. I mean, it just made everything in life better. So the eating gluten was important, but being able to do normal life activities again helps me really be whole, and to become strong again and not to always be worrying about, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I'll hurt myself, And so now it's like, yeah, let's go climb that mountain. That's fine. We can do that. I don't worry about that at all anymore. And I think the hardest part was probably the years before Dr. Sult. In my words, it was kind of like wandering around in the darkness, just trying to figure out what to do. And since meeting Dr. Sult, it's been easy, that none of that has been hard. Even the elimination diet, which seemed hard, is not now. After all that, we found out that I couldn't eat gluten. And so I can eat everything now except gluten, and life is great. It's just such a simple solution that we never thought of before. Definitely read his book and give him a call because, he's wonderful at looking at the whole person and all the systems and how they work together. He's not, the rheumatologist that looks at one thing and the neurologist that looks at one thing. He sees the whole picture, and he's wonderful at listening to the patient and trying to figure out the why of why something is happening rather than just here's the symptom, here's the solution. And so that would be my advice. And I've bought and given out countless of numbers of his books now to people, because it's amazing when you figure it out. I found Dr. Sult and he helped me so much, but almost more important than that is my daughter now has issues. And so bringing her to him at a young age is the greatest blessing that he can help her too.